Hi everyone, I'm Lucy and you're watching my channel Geek Petite, where I talk to you about my dressmaking and other little sewing stuff that I get up to. So it's Friday today, so I'm going to make this a Friday Sews, chat to you about what I've been up to and my next plans. So yeah, I just want to say thank you to Jen who started this hashtag, the Friday Sews hashtag. There are lots of different vloggers who use the hashtag to do a little Friday video and to catch up on their week, and it's just, everyone's so unique and brings something different to all of the vlogs. I just love watching my fellow vloggers do those videos. So yeah, thank you Jen for starting this up. So I'll pop a link to Jen's channel in the description. It's Today in Jen's Sewing Room. And also to mention another particular person who is someone I've been following now for a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, and that is Adam Sews, and I've had a little chat to him on Instagram too. He is the loveliest guy and the stuff he makes is just stunning. He is obsessed with fabric called from Tula Pink, and he's got loads and loads of different types of their fabric, and they're really vibrant colours and lovely designs. And he makes loads of bags, but he also does like pin cushions, and he makes dolls, and he sells stuff on his website. And yeah, if you haven't had a look at his stuff, check it out on Instagram and check out his channel. I will link below too. Yes, so since the last chat to you, I have finished a garment, which I am wearing right now. And you might even be able to recognize it from just the top, but I will stand back and show you more in a bit. It is the Sirocco jumpsuit, and I am just looking for the pattern to see if I could show it to you. I'm not going to actually go into masses of detail about size. Well, I'm not going to talk about sizing and all that sort of thing, because I have actually reviewed this pattern about a year ago, so I'll pop a card up so you can go and have a watch of that if you would like to. Now, I can't remember if when I did that review, if I had actually done the crotch adjustment that I ended up doing. I must have done, because it was my second one. The black one was my second one, and I think that's the one where I used a crotch adjustment, so I should make reference to that in the other video. But that is one adjustment I've made to the pattern. Now this is the third one I've made, and yeah, I think I'll actually change the camera angle now so that I can talk about the bits that I changed and just talk about it in a bit more detail. Do digs. Okay, this is a bit better. So yeah, it's the full length version, and I've done it, you just got some flip-flops on. I've done it so that it's full length, yeah, so I can wear it with flats. I'd be able to wear it with some boots as well, with a little heel. That would work fine too. Anyway, okay, so other adjustments that I made was just the one actually. I found that with the other ones I've got, I'm constantly sort of pulling them down, pulling the waistband down. So I decided to lower it, decided to lengthen the bodice. So I lengthened it by 1 inch, and I'm not sure if that was a little bit too much, because it is kind of, yeah, a little bit low, but it does feel really, really comfortable compared to the other ones, and I'm not pulling at it at all. So yeah, I thought that was that's worked quite well, although it has pulled the crotch down a little bit, and I had made that other adjustment to lift it higher, but it's actually not taken it too low, not like sort of the first one I made. So that feels comfortable, that feels fine. I have had to put a little popper in just here so that I'm not flashing the old boobs, because and I've had to do that with the other two, otherwise it's just, you know, the opening kind of starts right here and it's just a little bit too revealing. So that's that. Now, I made a couple of mistakes, and I think what was happening was, it was partly because I was being a bit cocky, because I thought, well, I've made it twice before, I know what I'm doing, it's going to be easy. And also I started it at Sew Tune, one of the Sew Tune sessions, which meant I was yabbering quite a lot to other people. So that might have been, I might have been lost a little bit of concentration there. But basically, one of the mistakes I made was on the pocket, on the side bit of the pocket here. Now, basically what it is it's where you put the clear elastic in. And I attached the clear elastic with the fabric facing up the incorrect way. So whether it said to have it up with, you know, right side facing or wrong side facing, I did it wrong. And it means that I've ended up with the, you know, that zigzag sort of top stitching that you do. I mean, you probably won't be able to see it, but basically the zigzag stitching down here, and that is supposed to be just on this inside. But actually, you know what? To somebody else, it probably just looks like it's supposed to be like that, which is fine. But the really big boo-boo I made was on the back. Now, what I did was, there are pleats on the back, and I managed to, pull them together and send them in the wrong direction, basically. I should have pressed them towards the center, and I pressed them out. So if I turn around and just keep talking to you, which my mic, and I'll hopefully be able to explain this. So there's a pleat, the pleats are here, and they're supposed to be ironed into here in this way, and I sent them this way. And what that did was it just created loads of excess fabric at the back, and it was sticking out there. It's really hard to describe. Sticking out right there and then just bunching up, because it was obviously creating volume where it wasn't supposed to be creating it. It was supposed to be pulling it in. So I thought it was ruined, to be honest, at first. But then what I did was I've literally started off at the bottom, just hand stitching these bits together. So this is the pleat. So I just hand stitched it together a little way up, but it was still bunching out. So I just sewed up higher, and you can probably see how high it goes. It goes right up to here. So yeah, I just stitched those two sides all the way up, and honestly it is so much better than it was, because it actually is sitting against my back. And again, I think if I asked somebody who doesn't sew if they could spot what the mistake was or what the problem was, they probably wouldn't be able to. So I was so relieved that I saved it, because yeah, and lesson learned. You know, it's that thing of, you've made something before, you think, oh, I know what I'm doing, you know, I'll just crack on with it. And I just hadn't taken, you know, paid that close attention to the instructions just to double check, which I should have done. And same with these bits. So I'll know that for next time. But yeah, this is just the most comfortable jumpsuit. I absolutely love them, and I don't think it'll be the last one I make either. So yeah, another big thumbs up for the Sirocco. Oh, I forgot to mention that the fabric is a lovely cotton spandex mix that I got from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door. So I've had it for quite a while actually, and it's just a lovely, you can see the green, hopefully, green like zebra print. So yeah, it's a super quality fabric, which all of her fabrics are. So what else? I had been, prior to doing this Sirocco, I had been working on my Lander shorts. Now I made a pair of these and I did a video on them. That's just the line drawing to remind you. And these were the ones I did in a green cord, and unfortunately I had problems with the waistband, had to increase the width of it, and they just ended up being too big. So so I decided to make some shorts as well, which I'd wanted to anyway, and size down to the size 12. So I'm still in the middle of those. This is the, you can kind of see, there's a back pocket, and there's a front piece, and I've started the work on the fly area. You can see that there. Started the work on the fly area, and I'm actually at the point where I need to sew the buttonholes. and I want to go and get the buttons first, because I just like to actually have the exact buttons I'm going to use to make sure that I can practice and get the buttonhole really accurate. So yes, I need to go and find some nice buttons for them. And but yeah, so they're the size 12, and it's going to be really interesting to just see what the fit's like. And yeah, I might not be able to wear them now that the weather's getting cooler, but that doesn't matter. I can pop them away, and then they'll be ready for next year, and I'll know if the fit's right. And you never know, if they are good, I might make a long pair again, but in the smaller size. So that is that. And then the other thing I've been making, which has been really good fun, and I think I mentioned in my last video that I was going to do some of these, is some little triangle pouches. So this is one. Someone's put some money in this one. Yeah, so they're really sweet, and it's just like a little pyramid, and this one's got a little tab on, so you could put a lobster clip or something through there if you wanted to hang it off something. And yeah, and they just zip up. Now this is one of the first ones I ever made, and look, it's got a lovely little lining. This is one of the first ones I made, and the zip I wasn't very happy with. So the way that the zip finishes at the top, there's just nothing, it's just nothing sort of enclosing it. So it's all just kind of turns in on itself at the top. It's really not a nice finish. It's kind of really messy. So I looked at some other tutorials. So I've kind of combined 2 or 3 tutorials to get to do some experimenting, and I much prefer these ones, which basically what you do, it'd be easier showing you with this one. It's got a little contrast tab there and there. So what you do is you actually attach a tab to each side of the zip before you put the zip in, and that way, yeah, it just gives you this lovely sort of finish where the zip doesn't go all the way to the bottom, and then at the top you can only see a teeny bit of that one, but the top kind of just, it acts like a nice little stopper. So yeah, I love that one. And what have I done the lining? So the lining for that one's like a nice little pattern. And then with this next one, I used the same fabric for the tabs. So that gives a lovely clean finish because it's all the same. And I actually found a zip that was a great match as well. Now, I know a contrast looks nice, but sometimes the same colour's lovely as well, isn't it? And the inside of that I did exactly the same as well, so that one's all uniform. But yeah, so these ones haven't got the little tab on, so I would add that because I think that's a really nice little feature. But I was just doing these ones to just test out the way that it worked, you know, with the tabs on the zip. So that, yeah, that just gives a much nicer finish. So really pleased with those. I mean, I've got loads and loads of sort of smaller bits of fabric, which will be absolutely ideal for them. So that is me for now. I have got some plans to make some more. I've got some garments in mind to make, but I'm going to do another video on that. I have recently left my job, and I'm in between jobs at the minute. So what I got was as a leaving gift. They asked me what I would like, which was very kind of them. And I said I would just love a First for Fabrics voucher. So I have got £60 to spend at First for Fabrics, and I've got 2 or 3 garments in mind. So that should go some way to helping me towards getting the fabric for those. But I'm going to do a separate video on the plans for those. So I will leave it there for today, guys. I hope you're all doing really well. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a like, because then YouTube will show it to other people who are interested in dressmaking and sewing. And I will see you all again really soon for my next plans. Bye!